I expanded my palate, fixed my asymmetry, straightened my nose, fixed my overbite, cured my sleep apnea, improved my asthma, and changed my entire health and looks from the inside out through one technique, thumb pulling. Everybody knows what it is, but no one knows how to do it properly. Here is the full Thumbpulling 2.0 demonstration. And for reference, if you don't know who I am, my name is Oscar Patel. I interned at various myofunctional institutes. I'm currently funding my own scientific study on thumb pulling, and at the same time, I transformed from this to this and have helped thousands of people improve their looks by fixing the real root cause, their health. Let's get cracking. Okay, first off, I'm stretching the platysma muscle. I'm pushing my chin towards the ceiling with the tongue against the roof of my mouth, creating a stretch in the platysma muscle, which is loosening the fascia and opening up the body. Remember, the mechanism of thumb pulling is to loosen the fascia and sutures, which will then adapt and allow the rest of the skull to shift into place, along with proper myofunctional habits. You see here, the fascia runs throughout your entire body. The plantar fascia in your feet is connected to the epicranial fascia in your face. As a result, stretch out your body, get comfortable, a little bit of boxing there, getting ready for the day. Don't even know what I'm on about, but we're stretching the neck again, getting everything as loose as possible. If you don't feel tension being relieved, then you aren't going to hear creaking sounds when you thumb pull, you aren't going to feel relief, and you therefore aren't going to see the results. This needs to be in tune with your body. Remember, this is a recorrection back to becoming the best version of yourself. It's not about some external device. This is about going off of actual feeling. So then after stretching a bit, I went to the left, I went to the right, which will stretch different muscles on each side of my body. I'm now massaging my face. This is further loosening the fascia. If you adapt the fascia, this allows the muscles to stretch and lengthen. So as a result, I'm getting rid of any tension I feel in my masseter muscles, which are the strongest muscles in your body, on your face. I'm stretching my ears because this is connected to my temporomandibular joint. I'm stretching around these areas because that is one of the biggest causes of modern day issues, TMJ. I'm even stretching around the middle of my face. Then I'm going into a slightly more advanced lymphatic drainage massage, which is zygo pushing. I'm literally just following from the middle of my cheeks under my zygomatic bone to the top of my ears. This isn't meant to shift anything. This is just relieving some interstitial fluid, releasing my fascia. And now I'm getting set up for some thumb pulling. We'll see here, my feet are set up 6 inches off of the wall. I'm pushing my hands and body back against the wall, setting up to do a proper chin tuck. The chin tuck is very important because it aligns the deep frontal fascia and the superficial front line. At this point, this allows everything to be in balance and become stable so that when you thumb pull, you can provide even pressure, which will balance out asymmetry. The greatest cause of asymmetry is palatal asymmetry. And now I am starting thumb pulling. So I'm against the wall. I'm not actually starting thumb pulling, I'm waffling here. I'm massaging my palate. So I'm massaging my palate, getting everything as loose as possible, just getting in the act of things, beginning to feel my neck muscles by tucking my chin as harshly to my neck as possible. And that is warming everything up even further. And then I'm combining this very importantly with a tongue stretch. Your tongue is the center of the epicranial fascia in your face. And just as I'm stretching my tongue right here in this exercise, we're also stretching to push to 200,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So click the button, it's free. You can cancel it or change your mind whenever you want if you want to unbloody subscribe, but support the lads and ladettes, and let's get back to the video. And you need to engage the genioglossus and hyoglossus muscles within your tongue in order to have good posture long term, which will therefore allow you to maintain permanent passive habits. So I'm stretching my tongue, I'm saying the letter T like this, pushing my tongue to that T spot and then resisting with my finger. I'm feeling a stretch in the tongue tie, which is something that restricts a lot of people from pushing their tongue against the roof of their mouth. And then after this point, I am doing the final warm-up exercise before doing proper thumb pulling, which is loosening the final fascial point by the zygomatic maxillary suture. You can only touch 2 sutures within your face, the mid-palatal suture and the zygomatic maxillary suture. I'm putting my fingers inside, just under the crevice under my cheekbones, and I'm massaging upwards and outwards. I'm not pushing, I'm not pulling, I'm not doing anything that harsh. I'm massaging, relieving a bit of tension. It will feel sore, it will feel a bit off here. And now I'm going into the proper thumb pulling technique. This is very, very important. This is exactly where you should be positioning your thumbs, in the middle part of your palate to start with. This is the only place where you will both loosen the fascia and the suture, because you're pulling and slowly pushing apart the mid-palatal suture. I'm tucked against the wall, my feet are 6 inches forward, my chin is tucked to my neck, and I'm pushing upwards and outwards with my thumbs while resisting. And most importantly, right there, I step off the wall, I follow up, I maintain the pressure with my thumbs, and I stop resisting with my neck. This will push all of the pressure onto my palate, and you will literally hear in this video a small creaking sound. Expansion, your palate will be temporary in the exact same way that palate expanders, external devices, they all lead to relapse, but it won't lead to relapse if you realize that thumb pulling is a catalyst. It is not the end goal, side angle for you. Your tongue posture is the most important thing long term, and it is what will allow you to maintain permanent passive results. This is just an assist, you know, it's like David Beckham, cross into goal, Ronaldo, header, bosh. Don't even know what I'm on about. But again, I'm setting up for the thumb pulling again, chin tucked to neck, repeating the process over and over. And I'm going to step off the wall here again, follow up, feel some relief. I've stretched my neck beforehand, I've stretched my body, I've loosened my fascia. So as a byproduct, it is very easy for me to drive my head back. If you don't loosen things, if you don't warm up, you will not see the results. Okay, this is very important. And by the way, no matter how old you are, no matter what age you are, you will see results because your sutures don't fuse until your late 30s, and then sometimes never. You can always adapt the fascia, you can always adapt the muscles. And this is very important. And you'll see here, I'm further massaging my palate, going across and along in between to feel things. You know, this is where you can get slightly intuitive with it. I felt that I needed to massage my palate. I felt that I needed to do a bit more in order to hear the creaking sounds and feel the relief. So as a result, that is exactly what I did. This is the exact same mechanism through which things like NCR, neurocranial restructuring therapy, work, because it is providing relief. And then if you combine it with myofunctional exercises, good chewing, good swallowing, good breathing, good diet, good lifestyle, these results will become permanent and passive. It's not a magic fix, it's not the end goal, it is a tool. So you'll see here, I'm further setting up into another position in my palate. I'm setting up into the front of my palate now. This will loosen a different part of the fascia. It won't, oh sorry, this is the back of my palate, right here. Not all the way at the back of my palate, just near the back, okay? That is very, very important. You shouldn't push near the palatine bone. You should be kind of generally in the front 2/3 of your palate. This is just at the back of the front 2/3, you know? And I'm following up here again, loosening a different part of my fascia. This is connected to the anterior part of the maxilla, which is very important. I also thumb pulled in between this on the front of my palate, which might have been shown before, but I didn't really see it. But yeah, I did the front, middle, and the back. The positions are all on the screen. And then I'm finishing all of this off with tongue chewing. Okay, this is very important. Again, you need to strengthen the genioglossus and hyoglossus muscles within your tongue. This will therefore allow permanent passive results. This will allow good habits. And after doing this routine, just throughout the day, while you're working, while you're walking, while you're doing anything, you should be tongue chewing. You should be maintaining these habits and you should be nailing everything. What you need to realize, however, is this should not be permanent. All of these techniques are re-corrective. They should all be temporary. You should have had perfect habits from birth, but you didn't. As a result, you need to rewire, you need to loosen your fascia, you need to loosen your sutures so that you can be pushed back on track, okay? It's a perfectly proportional line, you fell off track, and this is just pushing you back on. You shouldn't need to thumb pull for the rest of your life. It should be something that you do for a few months, you lock in, you regain your health, you open up your airways, you improve your breathing, and you become the best version of yourself, and you nail all of this. The most important thing is you need to understand which exercises work for you, what you feel the most, and what your deficiencies are. You need to understand which muscles aren't being activated, whether you're worse at swallowing or chewing. You need to understand the shape of your skull, the shape of your palate, the extent of your tongue tie, all of these small factors which will interlink and have shaped your face. Remember, our genetics is just the health and habits of our ancestors, and we have full control over our own health and habits. So take action, lock in. What you need is a personalized plan, and if you want help with this, you are more than welcome to join my community. The link is in the description. There's no pressure to join if you don't want to, but if you want to know exactly what to do, how to go about it, want to speak with me directly, want accountability, and want to lock everything in, press the link, join the community, and shoot me a message when you're inside. You're all legends. Have an amazing day, and I'm wishing you nothing but the best, and I hope this was very, very useful. Let me know the results in the comments, and if you want, drop your health journey in the comments, and I will be giving away free, full, lifetime access to my community to the 2 best comments. Just explain your story, explain why you deserve it, and inspire other people to become the best versions of themselves. Stop being absolutely cooked.